Oh, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, we'll try again tonight. I can feel those bass notes, yeah. If the dude doesn't have beer, yeah. So this guy's had like a week to get my beer. Then he ran out of another row of beer. So let's hope and pray that at the local quickie there was a restockage of beer. To beer or not to beer? That is the question which preoccupies my existence. I always forget the last part. I just make some shit up like, to be or not to be? Well, then I'm like, that is the question that preoccupies my existence. And that's what I think it is. But, you know. Well, like I'd never seen The Postman before, and that was an interesting. I guess I had today they have what, black fatigue, but man, I kind of had Kevin Costner fatigue after I saw Waterworld, and then so yeah, I had loved going to see Kevin Costner movies ever since I don't know Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and then when I went and saw Waterworld, that was a big bomb. I mean, I love seeing like Gene Triplehorn butt naked. That's always great, but. Jean Triplehorn was like this really hot brunette actress back in the day. And she would get naked sometimes in the movies. You'd be like, wow, that is one damn fine woman. Whoa! And she doesn't care about showing her butt cheeks and her titties and shit. Just give a fuck. But they had this movie right after high school in 1998. For me, it was called Rushmore. And it was filmed partially here in Houston. And then my friend said that he was a part of that. He met Bill Murray and stuff like that. And they had this hot British actress is the one that the school teacher fantasy is the one that Max obsesses over, and that's like his crush. And I forgot. I don't know her name. I mean, I know what she looks like. She's like the super hot brunette British babe. Jason Schwartzbaum, that's his name. Yeah, Jason Schwartzbaum plays Max, the overachieving, eccentric student at Rushmore. There's a lot of favorite parts of Rushmore. What are my personal favorites? It's like I like when he's talking to Bill Murray, the headmaster of the school. And then Max is like, "You were in Vietnam?" And Bill Murray's like smoking a cigarette or something. And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Were you in the shit?" And he goes, "Yeah, I was in the shit." That's one of my favorite parts. I never like to ask old men their Vietnam stories. It's like, that was a fucked up war. I mean, every war is fucked up, but that was a super fucked up one. So now, if there's like a veteran that automatically wants to, hey, you want to hear some Vietnam stories? I'll say sure. Yeah, all right. As long as you're comfortable with that, No, this one guy, Bob, he had a funny story. It was like he had a fear of heights, and they drafted him. So he said he thought he was going to the regular army since he got drafted for Vietnam, and then he said they put me on the paratroopers, and he was like, "Oh, I think you made a mistake. I'm not a paratrooper. I'm not jumping out of a plane." And he got it changed. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I can imagine Bob is like old. He looks like Don Knotts, like Barney Fife. So that's why I can imagine him just like get on a plane, like, "Are you ready to jump?" And he's like, "What? No." Some skinny, lanky, goofy looking dude named Bobby. And If they drafted me and they sent me to paratrooper, I would just be like, "Fuck, I don't care." Doesn't that sound like fun, jumping out of an airplane into enemy fire? I don't know. Other people have different ideas of fun, but no, that does sound scary as fuck, to be honest. So the British teacher in Rushmore, she's in the Postman, El Postino, with Kevin Costner, and she's like the love interest in the story. I don't know if that was really intentional. I think that was an intentional casting by Kevin Costner and the gang, because they specifically picked people that maybe people would recognize, but specifically not superstars. So this wasn't like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where there were superstars all over the place. This wasn't like Waterworld, where there was Dennis Hopper and Gene Triplehorn and Tina Majorino before the classic. She was just a child actress, and then she had her big breakout role as Deb in Napoleon Dynamite in 2004. So Tina Majorino, at least she got from her cute, like child years in acting, and then she transitioned to an adult. That's got to work as an adult. So not every child actor or actress gets that opportunity. So that's good for her that she was able to. She broke out like Natalie Portman and Scarlett Johansson and so forth. So this and the postman, the British chick, the British teacher from Rushmore, she gets butt ass naked. And you're like, whoa, they're going all the way in this one. I thought it'll show Bush. They just show her butt naked and the titties and all that stuff. And like basically the postman is it's basically like The Walking Dead with no zombies. It's kind of like Mad Max. And like you have a Negan, you have like it's like pre-Negan from The Walking Dead. So there's a gang, except for they don't have motorcycles and they don't have access to advanced machinery since the nuclear apocalypse. So most people live like they kind of live like in The Walking Dead, the community that's like the farmers. like more agrarian. So in this apocalypse, most of the gangs are like horse gangs, and so there are cars. There's relics of cars, but rarely do they actually move. I mean, there is machinery. There's like kind of like primitive machinery, like whatever they could get working or understand, like Gatling guns, machine guns, and things like that. But there are guns. There is some kind of machinery, but there's no automobiles, much motorcycles or much cars or anything. So almost blown back to the medieval kind of Stone Age, except with relics of the modern world in there. So yeah, is it a good movie? I don't know. It's like not that good. Okay, the hot British chick gets butt naked, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. She moves in mysterious ways. Yeah, what a fall from grace U2 had, huh? Yeah. I guess I was in U2 denial at the beginning of the 21st century because I was all in the 1980s and 1990s. That was like, love watching their videos. I love, it seemed so passionate, Irish rock band. And Bono, Edge, Adam Clayton, Larry Mullins Jr., and so Joshua Tree, Achtung Baby. And then when I became a teenager, I really loved Zooropa from 1993. And then after that, everything kind of went to shit for U2. And actually, one of the best things I liked about Zooropa is that like it was really experimental. And I thought that was pretty neat. It was still kind of radio friendly and safe, but it was a lot more experimental, and so it was kind of cool. I know everybody likes War Boy. I do like the Unforgettable Fire, but of course Joshua Tree, classic. Achtung Baby, Attention Baby is one of my favorites though. So that one really got the bangers on it. I like Zooropa because it's weird. Yeah, that's why. Because it's like experimental. It's very strange. That's pretty cool. That's appealing. So U2, what happened to them? Well, a band that was supposed to be about punk rock and about rebellion. Yeah. So a band that's supposed to be about punk rock and rebellion became all about selling out to the liberal global world order and just selling out to the Democrat Party and the liberal global world order. And that ended the, like, they had maybe like one last record that was a hit. Maybe it was All That You Can't Leave Behind in 2001. And then How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. I don't know if that was a success or not. A lot of my music friends, they hated it. I didn't hate it. I just knew it wasn't, fantastic. I would maybe sing along to some of the songs. Some of them were okay, but then they took a big hiatus, And then I bought in 2009. It was No Line on the Horizon, and it was I really had no idea the depths to which they were selling out to Barack Obama and Bill Gates and the liberal global world order. I had no idea the magnitude of their sellout. I just had no idea. So eventually I would get up to speed by how much Bono was selling out. And then he started the anti-Trumpism and all his shit. And the music went to shit. He got older, the voice went to shit. And it was like, what the hell? Yeah, what I was really surprised about, and this is actually surprising to me, is, there's people that admire Donald Trump in Ireland, but what is really kind of amazing to me is how many people in Ireland don't like Donald Trump. Yeah, not just U2 and Bono and the sellouts and the liberal global world order, and the Obamas and the Clintons, and those are people obviously that don't like, and the Rosie O'Donnells that don't like Donald Trump. But I was surprised there's a percentage in Ireland that's anti-Trump, and then but how could we expect slaves to stand up for their people? I mean, we just can't do that. I mean, Americans, they stood up for their country in November. The war isn't over against leftists and communists and Marxists and sellouts, but it was a very bold proclamation that we weren't going to put up with globalism. So Brexit was a major blow against globalism. They said, fuck the EU and the global world order, we're leaving. And so, hey, what's up? Yep. Oh, yeah. Bring down all the money. No. Oh. No, not the monkey. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, just this? 3 balls, 2 fingers, and rope. All right. You got the crown? Yeah. Uh-huh. No? The 10 circle? Oh, that's it. She went like that when you walked by. Teeter. Yeah, it's a round teeter. There it is. Okay, we got the teeter. You got 2 that twists. Love you, John. Love you, dudes.
Sorry, I washed the cushion and it's in your closet.
Okay.
You dried it, I'm letting it dry more, and then this has been dried.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. So, I prefer to remember you two as they are. I'm sorry, as they were, not as they are. Not the withering globalist sellouts of communism and Marxism that they have become, but rather the glorious rockers and punk rockers of their youth in the late 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. I mean, if rock and roll and punk is supposed to be about rebellion, then if you join like an order of sellouts, then that's not, it breaks the spirit of the rebellion. I understand that Ireland and England are taken over by this liberal global world order. And I know that people in Scotland, England, and Ireland are just mere subjects and puppets of this order, to their dismay. Yes, it would be a lot easier for Obama and the leftists and the Clintons to take over an island. But we have a gigantic fucking country. So you could create a George Orwellian prison a lot easier on an island. Obviously, it would be so easy to enforce. All the police, all the Gestapo, all the Starmer troopers, they would all police your speech and throw everybody in jail for doing a meme against illegals or foreigners. They would say it was racist or whatever. I'm sure they would be throwing Americans in jail. If we were an island of Americans, I'm sure the authorities would be rounding us up and for wearing the American flag or posting memes or making videos or writing anything or expressing any kind of original thought. Posting any kind of expression. They'd want to lock us up for it, for noticing the reality of the truth. So those in the United Kingdom and Ireland and Scotland, they're not being punished for lying. They're being punished for telling the truth. And in Greater Europe, unfortunately. Conspiracy theories are nothing more than pattern recognition. I should know most of all. Well, I hope the you slaves and the Irish, my ancient brethren, will come to their senses and elect the right leaders. I hope Keir Starmer is thrown out on his all-powerful arse. I guess they'd say it's called. Yeah, America is a gigantic nation Gigantic nation with wonderful geography, two oceans, two gigantic oceans protecting it, and other states and territories. So it's a gigantic country with amazing geographical and resource advantages. Its only weak points are leftists, communists, Marxists, and the southern border. So. But the golden dome is coming, missile shield. To blow the fucking Chinese, communist, Russian missiles out of the fucking sky and in space. Blow your fucking shit out of the sky, motherfuckers. Ooh. Blow your shit out of the sky. Ooh. 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 Will I have my beer? Or will there be disappear? Let's see. Let's go to the mart. Damn. All right, I'll be back. Love you. What? No, she's in there eating some kibbies. Oh, she's actually eating?
Yeah, but see, that's worrying me.
Oh, she's eating both.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, don't open the door yet.
Why?
Coming out.
Oh. Oh, I forgot my wallet anyway. Yeah.
You got the keys, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, guess who was on her top patio?
Vicky?
Complaining about the pool and everything.
Oh, is the pool going to be closed the whole summer?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
The bad thing is I can't hear because she used to come out right outside the door to sit at that table.
Yeah.
And now she goes down to the end and sits on the chairs.
Oh, she's trying to.
I can't hear her.
All right.
All right, love you.
Yeah. All right. Beer quest commence. Yeah.
get it on, Crump. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Get some of that Bursky. I'll blow your ass out of the sky. That's a good song. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up?
Yes.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Hey, Jenna.
Okay. Oh, and the beer.
Elaborate.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Here.
Thank you. All right. Good night. Man, somebody's smoking some dank ass kind, but you can smell that, dude. On the moon. That's like, I'm surprised they don't call that shit moon weed. Call it lunar weed. That's some dank ass shit. All right. Some dank ass bud, huh? Hell yeah. It's by the vape shop, so yeah, there's probably is a lot of potheads just sit there and toke up and shit. sorry, Froggy. My bad. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Poor Bella has been so upset.
I'll be back.
Hey, they have your beer now. Yeehaw!
Yeah. Oh, sorry, baby. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Ooh. Oh. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Got the brewski.
Makes me sick about people getting paid for crap.
Pay for what?
Like that woman did a study on dishonesty and got fired for doing a thing on dishonesty at Harvard.
Oh,
I said,
okay.
that makes me sick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Bella, you gonna go night on the bed? Please go night on the bed. He's a baby. He's a baby. Ugh, crap, I can trip over this shit. I'm sorry. I can trip over this crap.
What are you doing? What are you doing in?
I put your shoe. No, I
You
just-
went in here, were you?
No.
Oh,
I just
okay.
put your
All right.
shoes out up there in case I walk in, so I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
trip.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. All right.
Anyway, Bella was laying beside your door right
Uh-huh.
here.
Okay.
so-
All right. Thank you. What?
So what did the guy say? I got your beer.
No, he didn't say anything.
And he was like,
No.
he's like, I don't want no crap.
No, right. I said, you got my beer? If you don't have my beer, you die. Wheelers, Steel Reservers, and I have the Boot of Destiny right here. Steel Reserve is back. Mickey's, there's 2 rows of Steel Reserve 211 high gravity lager. It's from, it's not the gay beer, it's Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Coors Molson. Yeah, it's not Bud Light, but it's not Anheuser-Busch. So, even though I love Busch. Ooh. Yeah, so this is the Wheeler Steel Reserver. So it is back. Yeah. Rest in peace, Colt 45 old glass. It got, I don't know, trash one night when we were getting shipwrecked. So, rest in peace, Colt 45. But thank God Billy D. Williams is still alive. Keep the spirit alive. Got the phone. No, I'm not in that sloppy drunk yet where I'm like all wasted. Yeah, I'm in that buzz territory. Other people might be in that like where they got kind of blasted. Yeah, I'm not to that level. I know I've been buzzed before, and then some people they might say like, "Oh, I hope I can get to where you're at soon" or something. Like, I don't know about that. Well, that's just my usual personality, which is jovial. It doesn't really help for the ruthless attitude you need to take over the world financially and get the kind of things that you want out of life, like pussy and money and power, stuff like that. It doesn't help with the ruthless nature of man that you really need to conquer this particular planet. But you know what? Maybe you have a better time sometimes. Maybe you have a better attitude sometimes. Maybe you're happy when a lot of people are miserable and angry sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. I'm not saying being a nice or jovial guy is a good thing. It's not in the wrong context. So. My stepdad would always say, nice guys finish last. What if a nice guy finished first, though? Would that be pretty crazy? Do you have to be ruthlessly mean to get what you want out of this life? Well, I guess, Dr. Phil and Tony Robbins and Mark Manson can be the gurus for us. Help us iron out the complexities of ourselves and that of life itself, and the greater context of this country, this world, and so on. Take a swig from the beer. Did he stock those 2 rows for me? That's so sweet of him. Or maybe he just ran out of the other shit and then he was like, oh, I'll just double stock this up. I don't know. It's like, oh, well, my customer does like this. My customer does like this purple slushy. I will stock more. It would be a good sales item for my customers. That begs the question, do companies, small businesses, or big, medium-sized businesses, big business, do they actually give a shit about the customer anymore? Customer service? I guess the mom and pop, the smaller shops have to, if they're not a big chain or something. That belch note was quite good. Very belchy. Nothing like a little belch here. to help us. The Golden Dome. Blow your shit out of the sky. The Golden Dome will blow your shit out of the sky. The Golden Dome Missile Defense System. I like that. The Golden Dome. Protecting America and its allies and the golden arches of McDonald's. All right, I'll be honest with y'all. The last time I was thrilled about McDonald's, really, was when I was young. The last time I've been thrilled about getting McDonald's, probably the last time I was like 25 or something. Even before that, probably the last time I was really thrilled about getting fucking McDonald's is I was a little kid eating, shitty chicken McNuggets and getting the Happy Meal toys. It's probably the last time I was really excited about McDonald's. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it in my middle age and going towards senior age or elder age, but it doesn't taste very good. Usually it's not that good. It's just like, well, I'm hungry, so we're eating this. It's not like it's great or anything. I'd rather have Whataburger or In-N-Out Burger, even though that's expensive. But I'd actually rather have Whataburger than McDonald's. It's just, after World War II and Ray Kroc and all the McDonald's went up everywhere, a lot of the baby boomers that grew up with McDonald's. So a baby boomer is going to tell me like 6-7 times out of 10, hey, let's go to McDonald's. Because, that's what they ate when they were, kids and teenagers and shit. And, I don't know if it's nostalgia. They're just reminiscing like, hey, let's do this for good old time's sake. And I guess time is something that we don't really possess. I mean, we have it like in our decisions, but we don't really have time. All we have in time is a series of mortal decisions and choices, day to day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and then it's over. So we don't really have anything. In other words, we don't really have it for very long. So mysterious. Play those mysterious notes. Get that shit in a mystery. So U2 was brought down by Bono and his increasingly megalomaniacal leftist activism and his ego. And it was also brought down by the declining sales and creative output of U2. So And then I guess it was U2 was brought down by the declining quality of Bono's voice. It's inevitable that even a pretty good singer, or maybe even great singer, their vocal quality would naturally decline, unfortunately, with age, just as like anything else will decline through age, unfortunately. Is that when the beer buzz kicks in? When the buzz kicks in, it's like, that's like kind of a serene feeling. I've got a buzz from beer because, yeah, I've got a beer buzz. Beer buzz. Beer. Got that beer buzz. Ooh. Got that beer buzz. Ooh. Got that beer buzz. Ooh. Got that beer buzz. That's a magical one right there. Got that beer buzz, baby. Got that beer buzz feeling, yeah. Yeah, do I believe that shit? Believe that shit with Smokey Robinson? That he was a rapist and all that? It's suspicious when motherfuckers are 80 and all these women are like, he raped me. And why did you wait till he was 80? Why didn't you lawyer up when he was 50 or 40 or 60 or 70? I was too afraid. I was a woman. It was a man's world back then. Alright. So some motherfuckers are getting old. They're like, oh shit, I don't have any money. They're like, remember that guy I slept with, Smokey, back in 1978? Remember? He wanted a little butt sex. Yeah. He paid me some money, but I'm gonna say he raped me. Yeah. Smokey wanted a little butt sex. He wanted a little like Jim Morrison. I want a little asshole. Need some loving tonight. Ooh. Can I get a little asshole? So he was like Jim Morrison in the Jimi Hendrix bootleg. He's like, can I get a little loving from the ladies tonight? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Sure. Can I get a little bush tonight? I mean, yeah, I get it. It's cool. But these women wait until Smokey Robinson, or Jimi Hendrix or Jim Morrison, if they're like 80 years old, and they came out like, oh, Jimmy and Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison and Smokey Robinson and all these old artists, like, he raped me. We got a class action lawsuit. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in some cases. Fucking prove it. Prove that Smokey Robinson is a sexual predator that keeps sex slaves like Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. Fucking prove it then. Now, I know that Sean Puffy Diddy Combs is guilty as shit, and he was way nastier than anybody who ever saw him on MTV could have ever fucking imagined when we were young. That guy was a nasty ass sexual predator motherfucker with Harvey Weinstein and fucking Jeffrey Epstein and all the Steens and whoever, except for Bruce Springsteen, I guess. But he was there with Bill Gates and Bill Clinton and the liberal global world order. They were worshiping Satan, having orgies, just like Eyes Wide Shut. Stanley Kubrick, 1999. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Yeah. So all that shit was going down, but a lot of the world was like, oh, the world can't be that fucking evil. Oh, but it can. Yeah. So the world was pretty naive, thinking the world was just, oh, it's an innocent, fun place. It's such a nice place with nice people that do nice things all the time. And rich, wealthy, elite people don't fuck over everybody else. Yeah. And they'd never abuse young women and girls and underage children, right? Yeah, right. So, Lucifer is about power over the earth and its children. That's the only thing Satan's really about. Power. Control. Right? So, that's who they worship. Baal, Satan, Lucifer. That's who the. That's why they ask you, do you want to have power? Do you want to have power and money? Do you want to have dominion of this earth? And they say, do you want to give up your soul? And in exchange, we'll give you fame and we'll give you pretty women or whatever you desire, as long as you give me your soul. As long as you give us your soul. That's Satan's bargain, you know? That's his main bargain. We'll give you everything, but we need that beautiful soul of yours. Yeah. So that's Lucifer, you know. That's his game, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Until Lord Jesus and God return to destroy Satan and imprison him for eternity in hell. I don't know. I mean, these cases aren't final until they're final. You know, there might be settlements and stuff like that. So we'll see about Smokey Robinson. Is he a rapist? Is he a Diddy kind of dude that locks up women and rapes them and shit? Or rapes his maids or whatever he's accused of doing? We'll see. I seriously hope not. That one of the authors of My Girl and one of the singers of so many classics and everything isn't a rapist and a molester and a piece of shit. I always hope that my heroes aren't pieces of shit. Wouldn't that be disappointing? So I'll pray for Smokey that it's just a fucking Me Too witch hunt, you know, money grab kind of shit, and then he'll be exonerated, hopefully. D minor, G, E minor, A. Yeah, they say there's a reproduction epidemic in this country and around the world. They say there's a loneliness epidemic around the world. I don't know. To me, solitude, it's not really what I wanted, but it is. I guess solitude is peace in a lot of ways. I don't think it's selfish. I think it's, peaceful. Right. So, in terms of like writing and artistic experimentation, I think it's the whole isolation thing, the whole solitude kind of works if you're trying to brainstorm ideas and work on, art projects. If you're trying to work on music or work on writing, write a script or write a book, it's great for reflection. You don't have a lot of distractions by the world. So, doesn't mean you have to be completely antisocial to get work done, but I do see its merits. So, mean, who really wants to spend their whole life in the rat race pinball machine? I mean, it's just not very fun. So, being more Zen-like, being more Buddhist, is a lot more fun than having to struggle in some kind of rat race for power, money, and whatever, women and fucking family or whatever the fight is, you know. Whatever the rat race is, just for the power, for the money, for the control, instead of constantly just grinding it out for that, just trying to strive towards that idealistic dream. Why not just fucking wear pajamas and be like the dude and just grab your balls and just have a fucking beer and just not give a shit anymore? Because like, the fucking fun parade might be all over tomorrow for all we know. Might launch those nukes. We might all be fucking history. You know, they might release that new Chinese plague that wipes everybody the fuck out. You might be looking at corpses tomorrow. Why not just relax and have a little fun? You know, instead of worrying about the year 3000 or something. What I mean, we're not even going to be alive for that. Who fucking cares? How's the song go? No, that doesn't mean. I'm not saying it's like Charles Bukowski. Don't try. I'm not saying that. Now I did. One of my friends, the electric guitarist, one of his favorite authors was Charles Bukowski, and I read some of the books, and I know he said he had the famous "Don't try." You know, don't try, because it's just going to bring you down. It's just going to disappoint you in this world. Ernest Hemingway would say, this world breaks everyone. Does it really? Maybe not, but that's what he said. This world breaks everyone. Oh, does it now? Maybe our bodies, but not our spirits. That's different. You can fall in love with the unusual dose. You can be in a group, you can be part of love. You can go away on the unusual days. Raise the bar. Not low. You can fall in love with the unusual dose. You could be part of a group. Do what you do, move how you move. You can have in tow the usual glow. the mark. Straight to my heart. You could even use bows and arrows too. But if you do, try to shoot through my heart. Raise the bow. It was an interesting analysis of how the Japanese lost World War II. The analysis was not the way the Japanese culture might be a descendant, an offshoot of the Chinese culture, via evolutionary biology, genetics, and migration patterns from China to Japan. But they are very distinctly different cultures and different languages. They evolve away from each other over time. So, although there's certain, still intact similarities, there's even though Asian cultures are different, Asian nations are different, there's still united characteristics without being too stereotypical that unites Asian peoples, or Mongoloid types. So we know Asian people as stoic, cold, and calculated. They're not invested emotionally into their actions or surroundings. They're grounded in reality most of the time, unless they're delusional. But unless they are blinded by emotion or delusions. But typically we think of Asians as cold, calculated machines. They're basically human machines that they're not impressed by emotion or emotional displays at all. They're cold, calculating. They're kind of like the German or the Dutch. They're very just mechanical, except the Dutch and the Germans have a bit more moxie, a little bit seemingly more emotions. So. Yeah, but one of the explanations why Japanese lost World War II is that their fighting style was in the samurai from Bushido, which is an emotional fighting style where you fight emotionally with all your heart, with your heart on your sleeve, but you do not prepare for long-term strategy. So Sun Tzu's Art of War with from China is a lot more methodical. It's strategic thinking. So, know thyself and 1,000 victories will be yours. These are ancient Chinese proverbs from Sun Tzu's The Art of War. And so they're very interesting because they're very strategic, they're very mechanical, and they're very logical, which with Japanese, the ninjas and the samurai, they fight by an honor code, a warrior code, which is very emotional. And so it doesn't anticipate long-term planning to win, world wars, for instance. That doesn't mean that since the Chinese read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, it doesn't mean they're going to conquer the globe. It just means they don't passionately and emotionally lose their shit. That's the thing. So they can keep it together when the sea gets rough. Maybe. Unless they've grown emotions, human emotions, in the interim. So, or they remember their people of their ancient, passionate past. And if the Chinese people remember the great glory of ancient China before the communists, before Mao Zedong, oh my God, the world is going to totally change at that point when the youth remembers that or discovers it. Probably Mao Zedong in the Communist Revolution over 100 years ago in China, he tried to bury the four olds, and he tried to bury the ancient Chinese civilization so that people would not be indoctrinated or learn about its ancient heritage and literature. So they just try to make it about, like George Orwell, all about the party and not about their heritage or their culture or their rich legacy as ancient Chinese civilization. So it would be like if we had a communist color revolution in this country and they tore down all the statues, and in a George Orwell fashion, they renamed all the buildings, and they stripped the founders away, and they took the Constitution away, and then they took the Bill of Rights away, and they took all our language, and if they burned all our books like the Nazis, it would be like that. That's what Mao Zedong did to the ancient Chinese, to the Chinese people. That's what the People's Republic of China, the Chinese Communist Party, did to the Chinese people and their legacy. That's why they suffered great humiliation. If they were a free people, like the Taiwanese, well, they'd be flourishing. They could even be beating America naturally, organically, without stealing from Westerners. Now they're just robbers. Now they're just thieves. Now they're just tyrannical communists. They're nothing more. Every communist regime in the world has failed. Every single dictatorship has failed. It's not going to be any different for the communists, Chinese. As much as they try to emulate the West or steal from the West, they're still going to fucking fall like the Soviet Union. I can promise you that. Mao Zedong's empire will not last past 200 years. It just will not, because the people have no freedom. The world is suffering. They attack the world for global dominance. We are pissed. In other words, we are tired of this communist Chinese fucking nuisance, and it must be rid of our world like a cancer, like a virus, like a plague. And if we don't do it in the West, guess who's going to do it? There's going to be a civil war again in China, and they're going to overthrow the Chinese Communist Party. They're going to throw them the fuck out. And they'll reestablish the ancient Chinese heritage and the glory of the ancient China. They will reestablish the literature, the arts that have been around for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years. And the world will be in awe at the accomplishments of the Chinese civilization throughout time. And they'll respect that. And move on, move forward. So, but now we're in this particular horrible conundrum. Unfortunately. But it is what it is. But looking at the Soviet Union falling, I don't see the CCP actually, as far as I'm concerned, every communist country in the world collapses. And it'll collapse, and it'll have civil war. Beijing and the CCP might stay intact, might stay in power, of the People's Republic of China, but they'll have breakaway republics, they'll have rebellions demanding their freedom. There will be freedom fighters all over the world that will demand freedom for all human beings. It is only just the beginning of this great struggle. To restore the Chinese people to their great glory of their past, before communism and before the CCP and the scourge of Mao Zedong. It may not be the West that destroys the Chinese Communist Party. It may be the Chinese people themselves being fed up with their own leadership, especially the young. Once the Chinese Communist Party has fallen, then the West and the East can trade like they did in ancient days and profit greatly. And there could be great peace and opportunities ahead. And the age of distrust will be a distant nightmare memory. Once the thug of Vladimir Putin, the KGB thug, is gone, and the remnants of the 20th century are swept away, we can move forward. With also peace with our other eastern neighbor, Russia, and the Russian Federation, Georgia, Ukraine, and so on. We'll create a greater Europa and Eurasia that will be tied into the American order. And in this wonderful world ahead, there can be peace and prosperity for all people, for all the world's, all the earth's people. If the communists aren't defeated, this world will never be free and it'll never have peace. That is a guarantee. Only together can we defeat this communist scourge, this plague that has beset our world back by hundreds of years and cost millions of lives. So here's the idea. The Soviet Union fell because it's a socialist communist empire. The Communist Chinese Party and the Chinese people will fall as well because they're a communist empire. That's my logic. I think I have a historical backing up. Sure, they steal from the West, sure. Sure, they think they're going to beat history. But they're weak at the knees. While they're weak, we should strike their knees and make them fall as they should. We should give them a push to their fall because they seek world global domination and to destroy the West. We should push them off the cliff before they control the mountain. Seriously. We must stop Chinese bullying and global aggression. We must kick the Chinese spies out of our country and get these red communists out of here and send them back to their doom of slavery in their communist prison cell until they get so mad at their wardens that they rebel. Squirm. What's up? Ready for some ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, God.
Hey, I love you. Are you alright?
Yeah, what you
What else?
lift Bella up?
Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll lay. Oh, Bella, son, stay on the lay, baby. Ooh. I love you. Good night. Night, night. I love you, son.
Out cold.
Oh, good. Love you.
I gave her her little lamb.
Oh
that I
yeah.
sewed and washed and dried, and she got those monkeys get her.
Oh, get all around it.
Her monkeys get her spunkies.
Monkey.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Bella just keeps.
Oh.
But
You
anyway.
think she's dying, or?
Who?
You think Bella's dying, or?
No.
Oh, it's just a heat. She's just old. Yeah. Okay.
She'll be 15 in September.
Oh yeah. She's an old dog.
I hope I make it to September 14th. And I'm 63.
People getting old. Oh shit. Her dogs get. Everybody's getting old. I'm sorry, Mom. Love you.
Don't depress me.
No, I know. I'm not trying to depress you. I'm just playing around. I love you. All right. I'm not trying to depress
I've
you.
already got a problem with my mother.
I know. I'm not going to depress you.
She's 85,
I know.
has suffered 3 strokes.
All right.
It's a curse and a blessing that she's alive.
Right. All right. I love you. I'm not going to depress you. I'm just playing.
Oh.
All right.
So,
What?
you won't play no music?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Just in a second. All right. China objects to the Golden Dome missile shield. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Oh. Oh, is that ice at the bottom? Ice, drinky. Din, 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 din. Ice, drinky. Because the ice got caught at the bottom there. Like in Antarctica. Antarctica. Well, they party in Antarctica. No. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's going on with this?
Would you turn on the music low?
Oh, like in here?
Like in 10 or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want the headphones?
No,
Well, that's cool, though. It sounds good.
I don't need that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the headphones sound awesome. All right.
You look awesome. Wearing it on your name.
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, I'll turn on the music quick. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. I'll just turn it off for you. I'll come out when it's time to play the tunes. Don't worry. What? Don't worry. I'm just playing around. I'm just joking around. I'm fooling about. All right.
Anyway, your mouse pad, your keyboard, and your headphones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Thanks to you. Yeah. That looks pretty cool.
I'm just thinking since you're doing stuff in there.
Yeah. I'm trying to, yeah. Let's just,
Not go crazy or
not super, yeah.
not loud.
All right. Hi. Why is everything says come on board?
I know. No, the TV screen, the 55 inch that's in your closet says something like that. Was it?
God made everything in 1980.
Was it manufactured?
It's the Matrix. God made everything in 1980. Everything says made in 1980 by God.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Think God has time? I'm just joking around. Okay. Alright, yeah.
I can't believe it still says that.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I didn't raise that. I can't believe I have a red goatee.
I know. I can't believe, do you know exactly where that location was?
Yeah, that's by the Wells Fargo at the Four Corners of Humboldt.
Pretty sure.
Yep, and I'm checking my bank account at Wells Fargo. I took a selfie. Yep. It's right at the Four Corners of Humboldt.
Well, Papa's not there no more.
Papa?
Come see Papa.
Oh yeah. Papa's not there anymore. Yeah.
He hasn't been there for years.
Yeah.
It's a change.
Oh yeah. Well, the cute girl came in the Specs Liquor over there from Applebee's, and this really darling girl, and I was like, how's
I
it?
didn't know about an Applebee's.
There was an Applebee's over there.
No, there was Chili's.
No, they had Applebee's too. I swear to God.
Where?
Like, I don't know, they had Applebee's over there.
No, I only know about Chili's. It's
Okay,
still there.
alright, well, I didn't imagine that they were working at Applebee's, so. At Tom's Falls. And I was like, how does it
No,
feel?
there's no Applebee's because I always wanted to go to an Applebee's.
Yeah.
And I was never able to.
Alright, I don't know.
It was a Chili's.
No, it was
And
not.
when me, you, and Brady ran there and
No, I remember in the hurricane.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we went to
yeah.
Austin and Julie and Larry.
Yeah.
That was Chili's. It was not Applebee's. There's no never been no
There's never been an
Applebee's.
Applebee's in Tom Hall.
Right.
You swear on your mother's grave?
Yes.
Okay. You swear on the Bible, on the Bible?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna search for you.
Last time I went to Applebee's, it was in Clear Lake City in Nessa Road 1. And before, after that, it was in Orrington. When Jim was on a business trip and I went with him.
Alright. Let's see.
Yeah. Check it out.
Alright, check it out. I'll check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. John Cougar Valley.
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out. Applebee's Tom Hall, huh? Oh, the Applebee's in Tom Hall is currently closed.
Where in the hell was it? If there was an Applebee's.
Okay.
There
was
saw one.
It says it was on 227. Yeah, there was one. Yeah.
When?
It was in, look, I told you. Boom. It was by Hobby Lobby in the liquor store. I fucking told you. That girl came into the old Specs Liquor right here.
Oh, wow.
Permanently closed. I told you I didn't make it up. There's Goodson's Cafe right there. Don't you worry.
Oh, wow.
Hang on.
Well,
Yeah.
then I am so sorry. I
No, it's alright. I'm not saying, yeah. I just, Mom, it's her thing.
What year was that?
It was in 2007.
Long, long time ago.
And the Galaxy, far, far away.
Yes.
Wow, a long time ago. In the Galaxy, far, far away. Okay, so you ready for the music? Okay, we're gonna listen.
I believe you.
Alright. You know I'm not a liar.
No, I know you're not a liar. I was like, what are you talking about?
Unless I got like dementia or something.
I'm gonna have fucking dementia, and I'm gonna die.
Dimensions? No, I'm just joking. No, what song do you want to sing? Check it out. No, you don't. No, you
It's
don't.
okay.
What song do you make? Oh, check it out from 1974. What? I didn't know. Did John Cougar rip off that? Oh, no way.
God.
No way. No No way. Oh, he ripped off a black group? There's no way.
He could have.
Are you serious? No.
Oh my God. Check it out.
Yeah, it's called Check It Out, but it's not.
Tavares.
Tavares? It's not the same. Alright. Okay. Alright. No, it's too much. Anyways, I don't think this. Check it out. You think they did that? Okay. Alright, so what song you want to hear?
No.
Alright.
I want to hear,
No, that's not a real song. We should check it out.
I want to hear, not Made on the Run, but,
Jets.
no.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. Maybe I'm made the way I am.
Really?
Ah, yeah, yeah. Alright, you ready? Yeah, dude. No. Yeah, maybe I'm amazed. Okay, enjoy it. Let's go.
You said when he first,
Uh,
it was like, maybe I'm amazed.
yeah.
And then it turned into baby I'm amazed. Love me all the time.
Ugh. Just stealing ideas from the West, anyways. The Chinese communists stealing, hacking, stealing, releasing plagues, just annoying me, annoying everybody, really, annoying the whole world. Why don't we get rid of our cancers, get rid of our nuisances? Why don't we just get rid of them? You know, we're gonna have to fight them eventually. You know, they keep on bothering us, so we're gonna have to bother them. So many infiltrations, so many attacks, so many unfair plays. Eventually, when you have a bully, you have to bloody the bully's nose. You have to break him, or you have to destroy him, whatever the case may be. There was a bully in my neighborhood, right? When I was a kid. He kept beating the shit out of kids and bloodying our noses. And eventually, there has to be a kid that stands up to the bully and hits him in the face real fucking hard. And then he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't pick on other little kids. Maybe I shouldn't pick on kids. He has an epiphany, a realization. I think the Chinese Communist Party needs this kind of realization in their lives. They need to get their red communist blood spilled for them to understand. Because if they don't understand, they're going to have to be taught. So it's inevitable. Thankfully, what we know from history, from the history of the Soviet Union, even in my own lifetime, in the 20th century, 1991, I was 9 when the Chinese Communist Party blew apart a student protest at Tiananmen Square and bloodily massacred its own people. I was also alive in the year 1991 when the Soviet Communist Empire fell. So I was also alive then to hear of the horror and tragedy of the Chinese massacre of the protesting students in Tiananmen Square, opposing the great Mao Zedong, Chairman Mao, and the Chinese Communist Party. Also, I was alive to witness the fall of the Soviet Union and for it to disassemble into breakaway republics like Georgia and the Ukraine and so forth. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and so on. Kazakhstan. Very nice. How much is your sister? Very nice. Ooh. How much is your sister? Very nice. Very nice. Kazakhstan. Is that what really is Borat? What Kazakhstan is really like? Well, he probably figured the West didn't know much, so he just made it some bullshit. So I don't know. What is Kazakhstan? Yeah, I guess in Klein High School, my geography teacher tried to teach us about the Baltics and the Black Sea and shit, and Azerbaijan and stuff like that. Were many of our people actually paying attention? Well, I did a report on the Ukraine in 9th grade because my friends from Canada and from South Houston, Texas, were from their ancestors. Sorry, their great-grandfathers, grandparents were from the Ukraine. So that's why I did the report in Ukraine. So that's why I was studying a long time. Not extensively, but, for my 9th grade English paper. So I did the drawings. Jack Palance is from the Ukraine. The great actor Jack Palance from City Slickers, Shane, and is he from Shane or is that the Yuri guy? Anyways, I could be, but anyways, Jack Palance is from Batman 1989 and City Slickers, and he's a legendary actor from the Ukraine. So learned about their mines, their breadbasket of Russia, just general facts about the Ukraine. They were very interesting to me back when I did my paper in 9th grade at Klein Oak High School in 1994. So I didn't ever meet, the Big Bang Theory actor, right? He graduated in 1988 from Klein Oak. That was Sheldon Cooper, Jim Parsons. I never met him. So I went to Klein High School in 1994, like long after I graduated. So I did go to high school, however, a little bit of time with a movie star named Lee, who's in the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Lord of the Rings, and no, not Christopher Lee. No, I'm sorry. His name is Lee Pace. Lee Pace.